about the importance to learn another foreign language. We know that we live in a globalized world, where our identity language is subject to influence of foreign language. TV, radio and internet and other media bring together the people, making our linguistic identity be characterized by instabilities. In this way, people nowadays have an early contact with English language, since this is the hegemonic language in this history context. We made some interview with people from Skill has had already contact to English language.
And hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Alfred.
And welcome. So, what motivated you to study another language?
Well, first, the motive would be getting in contact with a different culture and getting a better job in the future, you know, when I was a kid.
And what's the importance in your life in learning another language?
Well, languages are everything in my life because I'm a teacher, I'm a language teacher, and I have to, you know, keep up with the world.
And of course, it's very important in your life, right? Because you teach English, so you must know the language.
Yeah, of course. If I teach English, I must know English.
And which benefits do you think speaking another language can bring to you?
Well, it can give you a global view of society, of mankind. Plus, you get in contact with different cultures. You know, it completely opens your mind.
Right. And do you want to study another language besides this?
Sure, lots of them. Mandarin, German, French, Spanish, you know, everything.
Alright, so thank you for...
No, thank you.
Alright. Good evening, what's your name?
My name is Leo.
Alright, Leo, what motivated you to study another language?
So, I'm born in a family that learn new language was a very important thing. So I had to learn a lot of language. Italian is my first language, and I had to learn German because my grandmother spoke German, and Yiddish, Hebrew. So that motivated me to start to learn another language.
And what's the importance in your life learning another language?
So nowadays I work with ancient language, and I have to translate texts in ancient Egypt and ancient Hebrew, and I have to get in contact with people that came from another places and that speak another language.
Alright. And which benefits do you think speaking another language can bring to you?
So when you learn another language, you open the doors to completely new worlds where you get in contact with another and a different culture, with different people, and you will learn a lot with this process.
Right. And do you want to study another language, or it's okay for you?
So I always have interest in learning another language, but I don't know. It's already December, and at the moment now I'm very tired.
Alright, so thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Diego.
Okay, Diego. What motivated you to study another language, like English?
Oh, so first of all, I started to study English because I love this language. I feel more comfortable speaking in English than in Portuguese. And second, because it's important today. Everybody has to know English.
Okay. And what is the importance in your life in learning another language? It will be useful to you in your professional area.
Yes, it's so useful because I want to be economist, and we have to know English as language as most as possible because it's so important. And I forgot the first question. Could you repeat?
The importance in your life.
Yes, is that the importance because the economists have to know.
Okay. And do you intend to study another language?
Yes, I love studying new languages. So I want to study Italian, Japanese, Russian, lots of, as much as possible.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Annie.
And what motivated you to study another language?
I don't know, because I started doing English when I was 8 years old. So my mother decided that for me.
Alright. And what's the importance in your life in learning another language?
Okay, I study international relations, so it's almost
Essential.
impossible doing that without knowing at least English. Because for you start the college, you need to do English test. So I don't know, and to communicate and to read. I need to read a lot of books and just in English, yes.
And which benefits do you think speaking another language can bring to you?
First of all, you can read things and do things and listen things that you can understand knowing another language. And you receive a lot of the culture of things about the country when you study that. And let me think. I don't know, I think it's broader mind.
Alright. And do you want to study another language?
I already did French too. I'm graduating in French. And I like Italian, but for now, I don't know. Just
Alright.
both of them.
Thank you for your time.
You are welcome.
Hi,
What's your name?
Carlos Eduardo Fernandes de Garuz.
What motivated you to study another language?
I started studying when I was very young. I think I was 11 or 12 because I loved comic books like the Spider-Man, X-Men, and etc. And I had an older friend and he had these comic books in English because they first released the comic books in English, then we had to translate, so we had to wait. So I was very curious, so I always borrowed some comic books from him, but I didn't understand because I didn't have English at school. So this was one of the motivations for me to really start studying English to understand what the hell they were talking about.
Okay. And which benefits do you think speaking another language like English can bring to you?
Well, not only to me, to everybody. I think today we can't live like just in our country. We can't think only in Brazil. We need to think about the world as a whole. So it's important because today English is the language of business, for example, is the language of internet, of the movies, music, so everything is connected. So I think it's really important if you want to take part in what's happening in the world.
Hi, good night. What's your name?
Hi, good night. I'm Michelle.
What motivated you to study another language?
I always like to study English because I have facilities for listening to songs, watching some cartoons that are in English, and I decided to study.
What's the importance in your life in learning another language?
For my work, it's necessary for study and for traveling. I love traveling and I like to be the speaker to communicate with other people.
And do you want to study another language besides this?
I want to finish my Spanish classroom. I need to. I want to speak English, Spanish,
Yeah.
and Portuguese better than speaking right now.
Alright, so thank you for your time and see you.
Thank you for me. Bye. See you.
So, according to data collected in our research, we found that teaching of English only adds positive values in the life of human being, whether culture or professional. So, to conclude and emphasize one more time, the domain of foreign language, whatever it is, has the power to put us in contact with people that possibly would never know our existence. Insert us in a new culture, in an extraordinary, gorgeous and a new world. Allow us to make part of all and make us literally scientists of the world. Thank you for your attention and good night.
What do you think about this? This ugly...
This is a goatee. This is why we don't let toys around the house.
What motivated you to study another language?
I don't know, I started doing English and give them always a minute.
Corta!
And where our identity language is subject to influence. Pode ir? Good night. Today we are...
Não, é good night, não é?
Não, é good night quando você tá indo embora.
Good
evening é pra dar boa noite, tipo, começou. Tá gravando, né? Então vamos lá. Good night. Oh! Sorry. Good night. Oh,
Good evening.
sorry. Good evening. Today we are talking about the importance to learn another foreign language.
Well...
Good evening. Today we are talking about the importance to learn another foreign language. We live in a globalized world where
Não. Fica de frente. E vira e fala.
according to that,
Vai.
we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Teacher, we want you on the next semester.
Wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry